What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode here, the Side Guys Football Forum. I'm one of your co-hosts on the side, joined as always by my good friend, my good buddy, the other half of the Side Guys, Mr. Tad the Side. And Tad, we got a fun episode today. We're going to be discussing, the draft is over. Obviously, free agency is over. We got a little bit of some free agency signings happening now, but it's not anything too significant. They call it the second wave, but it's more just like to address some holes. But overall, we wanted to look at teams that had a successful offseason, so that's both free agency and the draft included, and teams that, lack of a better word, did not have a successful offseason. So
we're going to use harsher words than that, trust me.
Yeah, I think Tad will definitely use harsher words than that. 100%. But Tad, before we get started, I have to introduce a special guest of ours. He's a good friend of the program. Mr. Chauncey Talese is here. Chauncey, how you doing?
No. Kick him off.
Before we get into too many things, Chauncey, I believe you requested an opening tirade.
Yes, thank you, Amir. The first thing I want to be done is to get that piece of crap out of Framed. Don't just get him out of Framed, get him out of the LAFB.
I'm being kicked out of my own podcast.
You ain't got what it takes anymore.
You
sit there, you thump your Bible, you say your prayers, it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Well, Chauncey 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass. Follow a Thunderbird and get back to some of the courage he had when he was still in his prime.
Oh!
You never notice every one of the LAFB superstars. I don't give a damn what they are. They're all on the list, and that's Chauncey Talese's list. And I'm starting to running through all of them. And as far as fantasy football is concerned, son, I don't give a damn if you're Ryan Dyrud or Alfred Rowe. Chauncey Talese's time has come. And when I get that shot, you're looking at the next fantasy champion. And that's the bottom line, because Chauncey Talese said so.
Also had a special guest appearance by your wife, I'm guessing, that came into the door there.
This reminded me of the pandemic recording where the kid ran in while the was doing the Ukraine.
I can find some in her room.
Chauncey, credit where credit is due. That is the most verbally undressed I've ever been in my life. So well played.
Well, so really quick, fellas, I think you can explain exactly what was happening here as far as the competition, and it is leading to a punishment because we sort of teased this in our previous episode as far as this may happen pretty soon. So Chauncey, Tad, I'll pass it to one of you guys to explain what exactly your guys' competition was, which led to this now punishment that will be served to Tad in a moment's notice here.
I'll take it because I was the idiot that offered the challenge forward, and lo and behold, now I'm screwing myself. So there is a great daily online game called Framed. It's a lot like Wordle, where you go on every day. It's a different challenge, and Chauncey posts his results every day on Twitter. And I do it while I was getting ready for work every day, and I noticed, I'm like, you know what? I'm actually pretty neck and neck with Chauncey. This is pretty cool. So me being a moron, I decided to reach out to Chauncey and go, hey, let's do a fun challenge leading up to the draft where on Twitter we'll compare our results. And, winner gets to choose the loser's punishment. I fell behind Chauncey. We were neck and neck for a week there, and then after a weekend, I started getting killed.
In all fairness, you also forgot a lot of times too, and you were busy and just a lot of things. Other things fell into place too, but overall, Chauncey just got a commanding lead on you that you never had a chance to catch up.
Yeah, no, it was not good.
So let him off the hook. I was busy too, and I still managed to do it.
It's true.
Well, I will say this is okay, here's what happened is I would look at it, it'd be this very generic screenshot of Manhattan. And I'd be like, okay, maybe I can land this. I'll just need to take a look at it later. And then I just never got to it later. And then somehow Chauncey can look at one shot of New York and be like, oh yeah, it's this fucking movie from the 90s. And I'm like, how?
Oh.
You come at the king, you best not miss.
No, dude,
True.
I missed by
true.
a fucking mile.
So, anyways, Chauncey, you obviously were the victor in this little
This is
competition
not,
between
by the way,
yourself
this
and
is not
Tad.
a bit. This is not a bit. I have no idea what's about to be suggested.
Very true. And we kept it purposely that way. So, Chauncey, I believe you have the punishment. So, the floor is yours to dish it out to Tad.
Yeah, Tad, you had sent me this weird email the other day, and I wanted you to read it out loud to everybody. Amir, make sure. Can you show him what he sent me? And I want you to read this with the same sincerity that I assume it was written with.
How am I don't know how I'm gonna see it. Murr, you texting it to me?
I could forward you the email because Chauncey sent it to me. So yeah, you'll get it.
Look on your boy, man. This is very strange, but he seems very impassioned.
Very true. Yeah, this is going to be quite fun. So
No, it's not.
Made me happy because I agreed with every single word of it. So that was very strange. But hey, I'm glad you get to unburden yourself here today.
I hate you.
Tad, I'm actually allowing you to. Actually, no, you can look at your email from your phone.
No, I got my email pulled up on my phone right now, so I'm waiting to.
So I sent it across just now.
I must have lost it after I sent it. It's very odd.
I sent it across just now. So
okay, all right. Well, we gotta wait. Hold on, got bleach report thing. Okay. Oh Jesus Christ, man!
No. And we're not half-assing it. We're not going to read it like we're reading a page out of a book we don't want to read.
All right. First off, it's the horned frogs, not the horn frog.
Disregard any sort of typos. I think the message will still come across.
I just assumed that was a glaring oversight.
Now, of course, yeah. Take another sip of water.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So this is the email I so lovingly sent to now my ex-friend Chauncey. If you're a regular listener of the show, you know that I love the TCU Horned Frogs, and I currently reside in Dallas. Against medical advice, I root for the Indianapolis Colts and for some reason the Miami Heat. That said, my heart belongs in St. Louis, Missouri. It's the gateway to the Western United States, home to the Gateway Arch, Nelly, and the most incredible pizza known to man. That is not
inedible
pizza.
Word was inedible.
Inedible. That's actually true. That's okay. I'll swallow that one. I've expressed my hatred of the Rams franchise many times on the show and LAFB Slack ever since they ripped my heart out by moving to Los Angeles. Also true. My soul has never recovered. Also true. And instead of becoming an NFL widower who gets fulfillment through fantasy and gambling, I instead choose to punish myself for loving the Rams in first place by again rooting for the Colts as they are the St. Louis pizza of NFL franchises. You son of a bitch.
Keep going. There's quite a bit more.
I know. I've done some soul search. Oh, I know where this.
Come on.
I've done some soul searching. And I've realized something that deep down everyone in St. Louis knows. No, it's not our state is so backwards and broken. We might as well just own it and go by Missouri. It's a darker truth, but one that must be confronted. The Rams were not stolen from St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
They never belonged there in the first place. Furthermore, St. Louis is not, nor has it ever been, a football town. We are a blue-collar city, as evidenced by the longtime success of the Cardinals franchise, and to a lesser degree, the St. Louis Blues, who, fun fact, had Gretzky for a year. I actually just found that out like 5 years ago.
I have his jersey in my closet, by the way. I have a St. Louis Blue.
That's a great throwback jersey, too. Mm-hmm, yep. We had the Cardinals franchise, but they left because no one here cared.
Mm-hmm.
Factual inaccuracies there, but the University of Missouri was. Oh, you got son of a bitch. The University of Missouri was also ran in the Big 12. You got a typo there, and is borderline non-existent in the SEC, which they absolutely don't belong. Actually, you know what? That one I agree with you, or I agree with myself on that one. There we go. Mm-hmm. We had the ABA Spirits of St. Louis, by the way, but couldn't make basketball work here either because they didn't. Come on, you're gonna get me canceled.
Well, were there any I mean, you said it, and I assume it's factually accurate. I saw the 30 for 30. That tracks.
We had the ABA Spirits of St. Louis, by the way, but couldn't make basketball work here either because they didn't have enough white players.
I mean, where's the lie?
Oh, Ted.
I hate you guys. The Rams were stolen from Los Angeles by Georgia Frontier, who only acquired the team after her husband had an unfortunate swimming accident. Oh, come on, now I'm accusing people of murder. Okay.
I thought you weren't accusing anybody of anything. That's not slander or libel.
Instead of lamenting Stan Kroenke taking the Rams away from St. Louis, we should be talking more about all that St. Louis stole from Los Angeles. Really?
Mhm.
Really? Okay, we're going to do this. All right. The Rams were routinely mocked for not having fans, but that's because St. Louis robbed.
Yeah.
That's because St. Louis robbed an entire generation of Angelinos, and the gift of seeing the greatest show on turf changed football forever. The same year that Kobe and Shaq won the first of their 3 titles together. Was that 2004?
No, sir. 2000, 2001, 2002.
That was the Lakers titles? Wow, that was way earlier than I thought. The crossover, and this is so weird that I don't remember sending this email. It's just
You were on, man. I was concerned.
I must have been on something. The crossover, I was definitely on something, not reading it. The crossover potential between these two dynasties would have helped change sports culture in LA. Yeah, because you guys need that. Especially when the USC Trojans began their rise. The ugly tumors of Raiders and Niners fans that, all right, now he's coming after you, Amir. The ugly tumors.
Well, you are actually.
No, he lives in the Bay. I'm talking about the ones that you were talking about, the ones that live in Los Angeles.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. The ugly tumors of Raiders and Niners fan that populate LA would have decreased, and LA likely gets into the Super Bowl rotation. Perhaps even a new owner would have kept them from becoming less lovable Detroit Lions for most of the 2000s and 2010s. I am most certain. Oh, how dare you, sir! I am most certain Kurt Warner would have spent his entire career in LA. Now you got my mother coming after me. Torrey Holt would be in the Hall of Fame, and Steven Jackson would have been a massive star. Instead, one of the most innovative offenses toiled away in the 19th biggest market, and when they fell into obscurity for 14 years, no one cared, and the Edward Jones Dome became a dank. Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And the Edward Jones Dome became a dank, urine-soaked hellhole. I am a hell of a writer, I gotta say that. We had the nerve to request city dollars to build a new stadium when we wouldn't turn out on Sundays. And don't say the Rams didn't deserve it because they sucked, because the Dog Pound and Bills Mafia supported teams that were much worse. I apologize. I apologize to Rams fans for talking shit about your franchise. They're back where they belong, and St. Louis doesn't deserve a third bite at the NFL apple. We only choke on it. My rage was misguided, and my Colts fandom makes more sense when you remember that they are, too, a product of an owner stealing them from another city. That one's actually fair. I can't really make that one down. I have a type, I guess. I won't root for the Rams in the future, but any animosity I have towards them and their fans is water under the Eads Bridge. What the fuck is the Eads Bridge?
I mean, you live in St. Louis. You tell me.
What the hell is the Eads Bridge? I have no idea. Look that up. Their Super Bowl was legit. I never argued it wasn't legit. Okay. Their Super Bowl was legit.
I don't know why you're telling me all this.
And everyone mocking them for how they built their team are sanctimonious hypocrites that are jealous their teams didn't have the balls to take that kind of risk. Thank you for listening to me. Oh, you son of a... Thank you for listening to me, Tad, spotty good spots to sigh. Unburden my tattered soul. Whose house? Rams' house.
You know, I'm really glad you shared that with me, Tad. That was very special, and I appreciate it.
You know what, Chauncey, you're right. My rage was misguided because it's definitely somewhere else now.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it should still just be inward, man. I mean, that's why you sent that to me in the all right. Well, I have to go. I have to put my daughter to sleep. Tad, thank you so much for sharing that with me. I really appreciate. It made me feel good. And I'd love to play you at Framed again sometime soon.
Ooh, another competition.
All right, I may take you up on that. Now,
wow.
I'm motivated. I'll consider it.
Okay, you read it before. Oh,
Oh my lord. Chauncey, appreciate you coming on to
How
dish out
dare
this
you ambush
punishment.
me
This
with
is
that?
great.
You
This is
bastard.
great.
for your topic today, I wanted to say that I believe who had the worst offseason? I want to say no, not the Colts. I'm not going to be that mean because they didn't.
No, I'm very anti-Colts this offseason, but no, they're up there with one of the worst, but they didn't.
I'd say the Ravens probably had the best overall in
Yeah,
a lot of
you can say
ways.
that. Mm-hmm.
Like there's a real case there, and then worst, I'd probably say the Cardinals.
Oh, that's not bad.
They didn't really do all that
Not
much,
bad one.
so
Yep.
that's
From
fair.
top to bottom, just awful. Anyway, good night, guys. Take care.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Chauncey. Have a good night.